everybody, it's Andrew from Zam.com. We are here at the Lucky Strike Bowling Alley in Los Angeles, California, offside E3 to check out League of Legends from Riot Games.
The big thing I think in regards to League of Legends in comparison to Dota is the fact that we've got a dedicated team of people working on a highly professional client. Now, I'm not saying that the War 3 mod is not professional. I'm not saying that in the least, but we've got a team of people building and building and building additional things as far as the game itself, and things that afterwards, like when you're done playing a game, things that you can use to improve your summoner, the summoner that controls the champions, things that you can do afterwards to make it a better experience.
Why would a player who already has Dota, already paid for Warcraft 3, it's easy to access, why would a player want to play League of Legends? What would drive them to buy this game?
I'm that guy, by the way. The person you're talking about, I'm that guy. Like when I first started playing Dota, I was like, oh, this is kind of fun, but there's a lot of disjoined in game environments as far as Dota goes, right? Like if you're not a new player to the environment, it can be very intimidating. Our game isn't. We have a matchmaking system that new players get hooked up with relatively new players as well. You're playing against people with the relatively same skill that you have. So I think that's a big component associated with it. And also, what I mentioned before about how we have a professional team adding a lot of high-polished content to it. We're very much taking the competitive element of it very seriously. We'll have ranked matches. We'll have ladders. We'll have tournaments eventually. We're encompassing everything that a Dota player, a hardcore Dota player, would really want to see in their game, along with what people who might not necessarily know about Dota or have had just a small taste of Dota would be excited about.
Okay, so the stigma behind a pub stomp or a group of guys who are really sophisticated, really good, play the game a lot, coming to gang up on newbies is a thing of the past with matchmaking?
We certainly hope so. That's our goal, right? I mean, it's got to be one of the worst experiences in the world where you're a relatively new player and you go in, you're like, oh, I'm kind of messing around. I'm like, oh, what's this ability do? I mean, the Dota style game is very much it's easy to learn in some respects, but difficult to master. We're definitely focusing on that with our particular game, and matchmaking is an element associated with that. Now, as the system progresses and as the system develops, we'll be able to fine-tune it so that more and more people who are relatively new or lower skill set will be matched with those type of people. We want the game to be fun for everyone, so that's the real goal.
Now, as you know, we have a MMORPG focus. We have with the largest network for MMORPGs. So there's a reason why we're so interested in this game.
Yeah.
The summoner system is brilliant. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. We haven't revealed too much, but I'm going to let you in on a little bit of it right now. So there are two elements to the gameplay. One, as a summoner in the battle arenas themselves, you're going to play a summoner controlling a champion. And as a summoner, you have a small degree of influence as to what's going on, but you're controlling the champion who has a large degree of influence as to what's going on. But when that match is done, you're going to be gaining experience through what we call influence points, and you can turn those influence points into purchasing maybe an item or purchasing some boosts or power-ups for future battles, things like that. It's all being worked on right now. I can't get too far into it, but I can at least assure everyone who's interested in this that we're developing a system that's going to have a strong, persistent element once the game's done. It's not just about playing one game over and over, and this even transcends the matchmaking elements that I've been talking about, and the tournaments and the ladders and things like that.
We're at a bowling alley.
All right.
We got bowling balls over here.
All right.
What do you say we roll one ball down the alley, and whoever gets the most pins knocked down wins. Now, on my side,
what are we wagering here?
No, what are we wagering?
Right.
I want some beta keys for my community.
How many beta keys?
Let's say 25.
I don't know if I can hook you up for 25, but I'll do this.
Okay.
However many pins you beat me by,
is
how many beta keys I will give you.
All right. What's the wager?
Maybe I'll add a couple more on top.
What's the wager on my side?
I don't know.
We'll talk about it.
Okay. Well, I'll say this: for any bad information that I gave you, for each pin that I beat you by, you can't hold that against me for that many pieces of bad information.
No problem.
Good time.
Let's roll.
All right, let's do it.